Hello, today I'm going to show you how to create a quiz using actionscript 3.0 and Flash CS6 development kit. Okay, so we'll get straight into it. As you can see, we're in the Flash environment already. What you're going to need to do is find it on your machine and start it to get it running. So to start a new project, I'm going to come in as new. ActionScript 3.0 is already done for us, and click OK. So that's going to create a new blank stage that we can work off. Now, what I'm going to do here is create a quiz with 2 questions. Basically as a template. I've already done one with 10, but I'm going to create one with 2 just as a template. If you can do that, you can expand it as much as you like. It's going to be an introduction page, question 1 page, congratulations if you get it right, or commiserations if you get it wrong, question 2 page, and finally congratulations and commiserations page, and then a results page at the end. So it's a shortened down version of the longer version that I've already done. So I'm going to get straight into it. I'll explain things as I go. We're going to come down here. We're on layer 1. It's a blank frame at the moment. We're going to come over here into the tools, and we're going to first of all maybe change the background color. You can do all these things. You can use all these to make drawings on the stage if you like. I'm going to get the text tool, and I'm going to print some text down here. I'm going to create a button. So what I want this introduction page to do is to move from the introduction page to play the first question, to play the game basically. Now we can do lots of things with the text here. We can change the colour, like here, blue. You can make it smaller, make it bigger, and you can play around with it any way you like. You can drag it around the page, really do anything. You can, as I said, you can make drawings, make lines on the page. I'm not going to leave that there because it's not very nice, but I've already done kind of an outline of a football pitch for my one, but you can more or less get creative and do whatever you like. Okay, so we've created a static text field at this point. It's static, so what we want to do now is make this into a button. So we come down here, right click on the text box itself, convert to symbol, and we're going to give it a name. It's important that we give it a name so that we know, have some idea of what that variable means and where it is on, because when we get a project that grows, it's important to know where that particular button is and what it does. So I'm going to name it that. It's a button. It's not a movie clip or a graphic. It's a button. And I'm going to bring it across here into the property section. This is going to be used for our code. So this is going to be a reference for our code. The next thing we need to do, again, we have the button clicked. So we need to come into code snippets. What we want this button ultimately to do is to go to frame 2 and to open at the question 1. And this does that for us. This is our button click to play, which I've named above here in the property section. We've added an event listener. It has a parameter. This is the function, and it's a method which is going to come to, this is at frame 5, I wanted to go to frame 2, so you change that code there, it goes to frame 2, and that should go to frame 2 and stop. And it's important also to add stop code at the top of the page to stop this frame from continuously looping when we test it out later on. I think we've enough done there for the moment. Close them. So we've created the first button. The next thing to do is to come down into our timeline and create a new layer. I'll just name that layer, the first one, something like intro. You can name it anything you like. And I'll come into this one and name question 1. Now all that action here happened on the first frame, so I want the question 1 to appear on the second frame. So I'm going to come in here, I'm going to right click it, I'm going to insert blank keyframe. And now I have a blank screen to work with. I'm going to make a text box to make some sort of question. So something simple like name the player. It's big at the moment. I'm just going to resize this. Now what I'm going to do, I'm going to just drag that up, give some this space. I'm going to bring a photo in here. I'm going to have 4 options down here. So what I want to do at this point is import an image into the stage. Okay, so these are the images that I've used in the quiz, and what I've done to get to here is just use file. That file import is in that list, and eventually it'll bring you to wherever you want to import from. So I want to pick one of these pictures, this guy, and I'll bring him into the stage. So he appears on the stage. I want to name this player. So that's actually worked quite well. I can resize the photo here by dragging it across and making it a bit wider, and I can do the height and things like that, I think. So the next thing I want to do now is to create the questions, and again I come to my text tool. I'm going to create, I can do that here, so I'm just going to create 4 options. So A, Joe, Ollie, I want to resize that a bit, obviously. Do something different there, make that back in, make that a lot smaller. I'll do. Drag Joe down here. That'll do. I'm going to create another one. B, Journey. It's too small. Bigger. Henry into name Joe. Make another one. Make another one then. So we've got our 4 options. I'll just tidy this up a little bit. So that's our 4 options. At the moment, again, these are just static text. So I'm going to make these into buttons. So the first thing I need to do is convert the symbol and button Brolly, something like that. Copy and paste, so that when we create this in the code, we know what button it refers to. And that's Brolly done. Downing. That's okay, that's button again. Open. Make that again. And finally Scullion. Okay, so now we've created the 4 buttons. We need to give them an action. So what has to happen here is when I click Joe Brolly is the correct answer. When I click the correct answer, it goes to the congratulations page. When I click these 3, it goes to the commiserations page. So Joe Brolly, we're going to make this same again, action scripts, and then navigation. And that's going to create an action listener for that button. I'm going to want that to go to frame 3, because frame 3 is going to be the congratulations page. I'm going to add my stop code again, and that's Brolly done. I'll do the same for Mr. Downey. It's all on the same page. You can just delete that, just tell me how to use it. I'm going to send him to screen onto frame 4. So we've got journey done. Okay. Yeah. Highlight total. Code snippets, same again. 4. And then again to scullion. Code snippets again. I'll go to frame 4. So now that I've done that, I'm going to create these frames. So I'm going to come down here and create 2 more layers. The first one would be correct. One. And I'll create another one. Wrong. One. So we create the question in frame 2. We're going to come to frame 3 on the correct layer, and it's a keyframe. And we'll go to frame 4 on the wrong layer, and we'll set keyframe. We're going to go back to frame 3. We got text. And we'll go to correct answer. And we'll create a button to go to the next question. So on this page, now we are here, we'll create this to be a button. So let's convert the symbol, button, go to Q2. Again, you tell it, name it properly, let me know where to find it in the code. Click again. Create another code snippet, frame stop, in the stop code here, stop the looping. Just the moment is going to frame, actually that's probably right because question 2 is going to be on frame 5, that's actually correct. And we'll finish with that frame. We'll come to the wrong frame, I'm going to do something very similar. Again, you can resize all these, you can make them prettier. This is just functionality we're looking at. And this is going to be another button. Okay, it's slightly different, not a lot. Now we could have just set it without a congratulations page or anything like that, but this is the way it did it. We could have just went from question 1 to question 2 to question 3, question 4, and we could have just gone that way. So now we have done that, and we're we have to set up a code snippet. And this will also go to frame 5, so then you've got the button that we create the action list now, and we'll go to frame 5, so that's okay. Now we have to create the second question. So sorry, we have to create a new layer. The new layer is going to be question 2. And we were on frame 4, so now on frame 5. Create a new keyframe. Spot. Lacy, so we're looking for a guy called Lacy from pictures. Bigger. And now what we want to do is import 4 pictures. Okay, so I've imported these 4 ordinary enough looking images onto the stage. You can find better ones. These are 1990s images that I'm using, so they're not brilliant. So the next thing